Hello, my lovely learners. Welcome to another lesson with the Comprehension Detective, which is a little bit of fun for you. So today we are working on the insurance claim. So you should have already read the text and answered the questions, and we're going to start by going through them now. The insurance claim. Things were grim in New York City. The Big Apple, as the locals called their hometown, was in the grip of the coldest winter in over a century. For 5 days, the temperature had been at 20 degrees below zero. Luckily, there had been little snowfall, so it was still possible to get around town. But people only ventured onto the streets when absolutely necessary. At the offices of We Never Pay Insurance Company, there were other problems. I know this claim is a fraud, said Insurance Claims Manager Lauren Johnson. I just don't know how I can prove it. It's from a guy called Jared Butler. He's caught us out a few times before. It seems every time he insures something, it goes missing within a few months, and we have to fork over the cash. This time is a piece of jewelry, a watch. He said he lost it yesterday and he has a witness. It's going to set us back plenty this time unless I can prove his claim is a setup. How much is plenty? Asked her friend, unemployed television weather reporter James Brolt. About $20,000, answered Lauren. Wow. Show me the claim form, said James. He read it in a low voice. I was walking down to Elmo's supermarket to buy some groceries. My friend, Stacy Pickett, was with me. We took a shortcut across the park nearby. I had taken off my watch to adjust the time. It's a roll-off worth $20,000. I bought it after a winning day at the races. Just as I was adjusting it, I stumbled, fell, and dropped the watch into the duck pond in the park. It quickly sank into the mud at the bottom of the pond. Stacy and I did our best to find it, but it just seemed to vanish. He's a fake, all right, said James, and I don't think you'll have much trouble proving his story to be a lie. You, the comprehension detective, must find out how James knew that Butler's story was untrue. Okay, so first question is to do some of these unjumbling. Now, if you found this to be tricky, don't worry, I actually found this to be tricky as well. So this one is wristwatch, sundial, and hourglass. So this is the hourglass, wristwatch, and sundial. Write short answers for the following questions. Where is this story set? What do the locals call their city? So it's set in New York City and the Big Apple, as the locals call their hometown. What had the weather been like for the past 5 days? So if we come up here, for 5 days, the temperature had been at 20 degrees below zero. So the answer here is for the last 5 days, it had been 20 degrees below zero. Which insurance company did Lauren Johnson work for? At the offices of We Never Pay Insurance Company. What seemed to happen every time Butler insured something? It goes missing within a few months. What did he lost in this story? A watch. So that was up here. It seems every time he insures something, it goes missing within a few months and we have to fork over the cash. This time it's a piece of jewelry, a watch. Who is James Brolt? So he's an unemployed television weather reporter. How much is plenty? Asked her friend, unemployed television weather reporter James Brolt. What was the value of the watch? $20,000. Where did Butler claim he was going? To Elmo's supermarket. And who was he with? His friend Stacy Pickett. So that's all up here. So it was worth How much is plenty? About $20,000, answered Lauren. And then again, it's down here. It's a roll-off. It's worth $20,000. I was going to Elmo's supermarket to buy some groceries. My friend Stacy Pickett was with me. And the next couple of questions, I think it said it's a roll-off watch, and he got it after a winning day at the races. So what brand was the watch? A roll-off. And where did he get the money for it? He got it from his winnings at the races. All right, last two questions. Where did Butler claim he dropped the watch? Into the pond at the park. Why did he say he couldn't find it there? It sunk into the mud at the bottom. Just as I was adjusting it, I stumbled, fell, and dropped the watch into the duck pond in the park. It sank quickly into the mud at the bottom of the pond. So match the temperatures below to their descriptions. Now, this was actually a little bit tricky. Right, so let's read the options first. The temperature on a cold winter's day, a healthy body temperature, the boiling point of water, the freezing point of water, and the temperature of a hot summer's day. So you need to have a little bit of background knowledge here. So if the body is healthy, it's at 37 degrees. If you go much above that or below that, you're in trouble. Now, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and the freezing point is 0 degrees. So we've got two left. If it's a hot summer's day, we know here in Western Australia, it's probably around 40 degrees. And if it's the temperature on a cold winter's day, here in Western Australia, that would be about 12. Now, in other countries, that would be different, but that's pretty accurate here for Western Australia. Now, what's important, it's important to know about these temperatures because it's the clue. For 5 days, the temperature had been 20 degrees below zero. So it's been negative 20 degrees. And if 0 degrees means things will freeze, then things have definitely frozen at negative 20. And it's been like that for 5 days. So if it was, so in a few sentences, tell why James knew the Butler's story was untrue. It was minus 20 degrees, which means the duck pond would have frozen over. Therefore, the watch, sorry, that should be 2 words, could not have sunk to the bottom. And now, why was it that James knew that? Because he was a weather reporter. So he was well aware of what the weather was the last 5 days. And he's like, hold on, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, thank you very much for your hard work, and I look forward to seeing you at the next lesson.